here to talk about Disney World. I am so excited to be talking about this. I love Disney. It's one of my favorite topics. I love watching Disney people on YouTube. I love finding videos about people talking about their trips and doing recaps and hauls, and it's just so much fun to connect with people that love Disney too. So this is kind of my first time to do a Disney video talking about something that we recently did, and I'm actually going to do this video in two parts. I'm going to do kind of the prep work behind doing a one-day spontaneous day, and yes, there was prep. My second video about it will be talking about the day itself and how it went and how our plan kind of worked out. And so I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you, and I love Disney, so we'll get started. So my family decided to do a spontaneous Disney trip whenever we went to see my brother in Florida a couple weeks ago. And when I use the word spontaneous, it never applies to Disney World, ever. It actually never applies to me at all. I was thinking about this. We were going to Jacksonville Beach to see my brother, and it's my whole family, my mom and dad, my siblings, and me and my kids and my husband. And I was thinking to myself, we're only 2 hours away from Disney World. Like, how can we make this happen? So we decided to make it happen. We decided it was going to be my mom and me and my sisters taking Evie and Liam. And we had actually left my youngest little girl with my husband's parents so that she wouldn't have to make the long trip and all that. So it was just going to be the older two kids, and we decided to make it a girls' day with them, and decided to do a Magic Kingdom day, just Magic Kingdom. And when I say it was a spontaneous thing, I mean that we planned this about 3 weeks out. Normally I'm like a year out planning Disney World, 6 months, you know, I'm making my reservations and my dining and my fast passes, and so this was 3 weeks out. So I just want to share what it was like for us to plan a spur of the moment Magic Kingdom day and what that was like and how it went. And so I'm excited to get started, so let's get going. So the first thing that I did is I decided what day of our vacation we were going to go make this trip to Orlando. And like I said, we were 2 hours away when we were in Jacksonville Beach. And so we decided to actually drive into Orlando the night before our Disney trip and stay in an off-property hotel. And that way we wouldn't have to wake up at literally the crack of dawn the next morning to do Magic Kingdom. And so I just went online quickly and found an off-property hotel. I believe it was a DoubleTree Renaissance, and it was right there in Hotel Plaza, they call it. And it was a few miles from Magic Kingdom, but we found a great deal. It was like $179 for the night. And so we booked that, and then I decided to do tickets. So I went to Disney World website, and I'm used to magic bands. Whenever you have like an extended vacation or you're staying on property, you'll get magic bands. And so I didn't know what to expect really whenever I was doing this last minute. But they end up, you just put them in your cart, you purchase them, and right straight out of the gate, whenever you buy them on Disney's website, I have an account in My Disney Experience, it's called. And that's just the online account system on the Disney World website. And so whenever I bought those tickets, they immediately linked into my Disney Experience account. So right away, I was able to make fast pass reservations, and they were already like in the system. So it connected to my app on my phone, and it was just like it's always been with booking a day, you know, or a vacation way out. So I didn't have to worry about that. The one thing that I did choose was expedited shipping, because Disney quoted a 12 to 14 day turnaround for shipping, and we didn't have that. I didn't want to risk it. And so I went ahead and paid extra for expedited shipping, and they arrived in like 4 days, I want to say. 3 days. They did give a will call option for tickets, but I did not want to have one more thing that morning to worry about when we got to the park, and I'm so glad that I did that. Because it was crazy that morning, and so I wanted them in hand, and I'm really glad that I had them. This is what they look like. They're just little cards, and I had seen people carrying these before, but it's just like a little credit card size. And whenever you go in to the park. You just swipe this and you do your finger like normal, and this is also your fast pass, so worked the same way as magic bands. We just had to keep up with them. They weren't on our wrist, but we had to keep up with them, and I just kept these in a little pocket that I had in my skirt, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it worked out great, and we had me be the designated person that kept everybody's ticket, and it worked perfectly. So here they are. These were our little tickets, and it was really easy. I just purchased them on the website, and we were good to go. So the next thing that I had to prepare for was the weather and crowds. We are not used to Disney World heat and crowds because we have always gone, the last 4 or 5 trips, we've gone in January or February. So we're used to low crowds, better prices, great weather usually, and so this was kind of like total shift for me. Now it had been about 10 years since we had been in the summer with my family before I got married, and so I kind of remembered a little bit, and all I remembered was hot, hot, hot. So I decided to do some research, and I ended up just packing cool towels for us in our park bag. And these are great because you just wet them, you soak them in some water for, I want to say, like 13 seconds, and then you just kind of wring it out, and they say snap it, but it does stay cool. And so I packed 4 of these in our park bag, and it was great. Some of us at any given time had these on our necks, and it was great. They do dry completely stiff, so I suggest when you're wanting to store them, go ahead and wet them and wring them out really well and roll them up and put them back in here, and let maybe leave the top off whenever you're letting it dry. It takes a long time to dry whenever it's like this, but if you want to be able to store it, that's usually the best thing to do. But in our bag, this was great. It worked great. It was just good to have something that we could easily put around our necks to stay cool. Was another option that I had, and it's a personal handheld fan. I already had these. Kurt and I like to go to an outdoor amphitheater in St. Louis for productions in the summer, and so we actually had some cool towels. This is a different brand. I bought a new brand, but we actually already owned cool towels, and then I already had these little fans, and I got them on Amazon, just like the cool towels. These are called Chill Pal, and I got these on Amazon as well. These are great because you can take out this little sponge and you soak it in water, and so it expands out and it fits in this area, and so the fan blows through the water, and it really is kind of like a personal air conditioning system of sorts. And it runs on batteries, and so I did bring extra batteries in our park bag, but it was great. And the kids loved these. They loved being able to hold it, and you just turned it on, and it actually feels really good right now. These were great, and these were really the only 2 things that I packed in our bag, other than some sunscreen. I did bring some Body Glide just for chafing because it does get so hot and sticky and bleh. I do want to show you my park bag because that's a really nifty thing to have. Here's my park bag. This is a great portable backpack, and it's meant for travel. Hike Pro, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's HIKPRO. I also got this on Amazon, and it packs so easily in your suitcase, and it's really easy to do. You just unfold it, and it ends up expanding into a really good sized backpack. And as you can see, it has the straps, and it's a good sized backpack. And it has a front pocket and then side mesh pockets, and it's a wonderful bag. We used this for our last Disney trip last winter, and it's the perfect size to push under the stroller storage, because I took my big full size like Columbia backpack and at one point, and it was so bulky and big that you couldn't fit it under the stroller easily, and this is the perfect size. We don't take that much into the parks. We're okay with buying our own water as we go, and so like I said, we just had our cooling products and sunscreen and baby wipes, extra batteries, and that was about it. And it was just perfect. Highly recommend this bag. And it like I said, it folds back into itself, and you just push this little pocket through, and like as I'm doing this literally in front of you, and you just zip this and it's done, all packed up again. So it's very nifty. I highly recommend it. So I also wanted to share what I decided to wear for our Magic Kingdom Spontaneous Disney Day. If they paid people to overthink and overanalyze, I would be a millionaire. I just would. So I did so much research. I thought through what would be comfortable for me, what I would probably prefer, and I came up with some great solutions, and it worked wonderful. Now that we're home, I can report that it worked great. The first thing that I got was from Columbia. I will post the full official name, but it is their OmniZero technology like V-neck shirt. And this was absolutely wonderful. And it's a V-neck, thin wicking material. And when I was looking at sizes, I usually wear a large in shirts just because I like them roomier. And I noticed the reviews said that you should probably size up on this because it has a slimmer fit. And whenever I did get the extra large, and it was great. It was perfect for me. The sleeves had plenty of room. They weren't constricting. It was a great length. It was roomy on the sides, and I really liked it. And so that was the shirt that I picked. And then I also ended up getting a running skirt, and that's the brand, RunningSkirts. And this is the one that I chose. It's the athletic skirt. And this is great. It has little side pockets, and this is where I kept our park tickets, in this little side pocket. My phone would fit into the other side pocket, and there's Velcro closure. So I could put my phone right on me and my tickets on the other side, and there's even a little back pocket. And the best thing about this skirt is that there's built-in shorts underneath. I don't know if you can see, but there's built-in shorts. And this was the most comfortable. It was non-constricting. I did also size up in the skirt because I didn't want the waistband to be too tight or constricting. And this ended up being the best thing I could have worn. It was comfortable. It was compression enough to where it helped actually with sweat and cooling. But it wasn't tight, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I definitely felt like it was a good compression, but it never felt constricting or uncomfortable. So I absolutely recommend. This is the RunningSkirts Athletic skirt, and I absolutely loved it. Would wear it again. And then the third thing I bought was this Columbia, again, their OmniFreeze or OmniZero technology cool baseball cap. And I knew I wanted to wear a baseball cap because I like to braid my hair just to be out of my way and cool. And I also knew I was going to want sun protection on my face and head. And so this worked great. And with all of these products that were cool technology, I didn't feel cold. I never felt like, wow, that's great cooling technology. But I also noticed that I was not at any point saying, I am about to die of heat. I never felt like I was really, really hot. And so I think that it was definitely doing its job. And it was great to have. This is so thin. This is like paper thin. And it was wonderful. I loved having this baseball cap. And before we left, I actually filmed a little video of me wearing the outfit and kind of talking through it. And so I'm going to insert that here so that you can see me actually wearing it and talking about it. Hey guys, here I am. I just want to show you my outfit in person, not just pictures. You can see that this is a really good length. I sized up with this Columbia shirt. It's a V-neck, and I sized up because the reviews had said that it was, it ran pretty slim, and I just prefer, I definitely could have taken my real size, which would have been a large, just because I like, you know, some room there. And this is still like a ton of room. This is an extra large, but I really didn't want to risk it. First of all, because I had never ordered really from Columbia before. But the extra large is actually perfect because it just gives so much breathing room. And also I feel like the sleeves might have felt a little tight if I had gotten the large. So this is the extra large, and there's plenty of room. There's still plenty of room, but it still kind of has like a fitted cut. And so it's not like a huge tent. I don't know if that's really showing well, but it still definitely has a good cut. This is the running skirt that I got. I'm going to need to look at the actual official name for it, but it has the built-in shorts. And this is going to be great because with all the walking and sweating and everything, it's just nice to have one layer that I put on and pull on, and it's not like multiple layers that I'm having to navigate. And so this comes up pretty high, definitely above my belly button, but it has even some pockets in the back. I want to say a couple pockets on the sides. And it's a really good length. You can see it hits me pretty high, but it's not what I would consider as high as a tennis skirt. And then of course I've got my Skecher Go Walks. These are the originals, and these are my absolute favorite park shoe. See if I can zoom in. And these are broken in. I wore these for our last Disney trip, and they're absolutely the best Disney shoe that I've ever found. I find that they're still really breathable. This is the original style, I guess you could say. There's like 3 or 4 different models, but I have tried on several, and the original is absolutely my favorite. So these are broken in, they're ready to go, and I'm just going to wear these. You wear them without socks. So that's just, again, nice because I can slip them off, you know, if my feet need to breathe a little bit whenever I'm walking. But anyway, yeah, and then I ordered this is the Cool Technology shirt. This is just like a good wicking material for sweat. But then the sports bra that I ordered was also just extra wicking. It's not necessarily like a cooling bra, but it's just like really good with wicking material. So, and it's the thin strap. It's not real heavy or bulky, and it still gives a good shape. So, and then this is the Columbia, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look at the official name, but it's the Columbia cooling hat. And I just wear my hair in a French braid with baseball caps. That's just the easiest thing that I found to do. And so underneath, here I am. And you can, I don't know if you can, whoops. There's a Velcro in the back, so you're not having to do anything with like just a complicated mechanism. It's just Velcro. So I could put a ponytail through here. I could do, you know, just a bun through here. But I just tend to do this. If I need to get it off of my neck, then, you know, I could even just tuck it in like that. So, anyway, there's my outfit that I'm planning on, and I hope it lives up to all the research that I've done, and I think it's going to work well. So we'll see, and I will give a report after we get back. See you guys later. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about as far as prep work goes was our fast passes. And whenever I ordered our tickets, like I said, immediately they linked to my Disney Experience account online on the website. And so I was able to immediately schedule fast passes. And usually if you're staying off property, you can schedule fast passes 30 days out of your trip. And if you're staying on property, you can schedule them 60 days out. So I was definitely already within the 30-day zone, and because I booked everything on June 3rd and our trip was June 23rd. So I was definitely within that zone. I was worried about not getting fast passes at all, but I was able to get them, and I was so excited. And so I ended up choosing Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, and then Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. And I chose these because I wanted to focus the fast passes on an area that we would not be in that morning, because we always get to the parks, and I'll talk about this in my second video, but we always get to the parks right before opening. We actually get there well before opening, but definitely in time to walk in when they're opening the park. And so I knew that we would hit certain areas first thing, and so I wanted to reserve our fast passes for the heat of the afternoon when the crowds were higher, and so we could hit areas easily that we didn't get in the morning. We did repeat Peter Pan's Flight, and I knew we would love to repeat that, in the afternoon, and that's the most popular ride in Fantasyland right now, if you can believe it, but it is. And so I scheduled Peter Pan's flight for the afternoon as well. So one of the fast passes was in Adventureland Jungle Cruise, and then the other fast pass was in Tomorrowland for Buzz Lightyear. So it kind of helped us plan our afternoon as well, as far as where our fast passes were. So I scheduled those. I chose afternoon, middle of the day, afternoon times, because I knew that it would be so, like I said, hot, crowds. And a lot of people think that it's a good strategy to get fast passes for the morning. Once you've used up your 3 fast passes, you can go to a kiosk and you can try to get more. And so some people think, oh wow, I'll get like 6 or 7 fast passes. I found that the lines at those kiosks were 5 miles long. And so people were spending, you know, the hottest part of the day in a long line trying to get more fast passes. And so I knew that was not efficient for us. And so I decided to really tour hard in the morning and then use our fast passes in the afternoon and not try to worry about getting more after we had used them. And it ended up being the perfect plan for us. And so I had them all loaded onto our little tickets, and I was so excited to be able to have actually choices. I did have some choices. Now the big roller coasters were all used up, and the Anna and Elsa meet and greets were all full, but those weren't priorities for us. And so I will say too, our priorities were kid, Fantasyland, small rides. We did not do any coasters. We didn't do any princess meet and greets because we do those whenever we're there at Disney for a longer stretch. So this would probably not be the best strategy if you had other interests or if you had older kids or teenagers. But this was our focus just because we had young kids and we've been many times. And so we knew that we could just hit our highlights and stay kid focused, and that was the perfect plan. And so fast passes were definitely available for what we wanted to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first part, and I'll be back with the second part soon, talking about how our day went and what it was like to do a spontaneous Magic Kingdom day. So I hope you'll join me then, and I'll talk to you later. Have a magical day.